In the books of Ajay. In the books of Ajay. General entry. First you have to make the format of general entry, that is date, particulars. This is ledger for you, then debit and credit. Okay, so let's start the question. The question is Ajay sold goods to Busan for 50,000. Okay, so the entry will be, what is the date? The date is 2023 January 01. So Ajay sold goods to Busan. What will be the entry? Debit the, you know the rules of general entry, like means debit the receiver, credit the giver, debit what comes in, credit what goes out, debit all in loss and expenses, and credit all incomes and gains. So here who is the receiver? Busan is the receiver. Busan's account debit 50,000 to sales account. What will be the narration? Narration will be being, we are writing in the books of Ajay, right? Remember that. So the narration will be being goods sold on credit. Here to sales account 50,000. Then Ajay draws a bill of exchange for 2 months. For 2 months for the amount due, which Busan accepts and return it to Ajay. So on the same date, January 1, what he received? He received a bill. So bills receivable account debit. What is the amount? Amount is 50,000. To from whom he is receiving? To Busan. Busan's account 50,000. Here you can only write Busan. If you write here only Busan without apostrophe s, so there is no need to write account here. Okay, so here what will be the narration? Being bill accepted. Okay, then what? Busan met the bill on the due date. So what is the due date? Due date is the bill is of 2 months. So now you have to find the due date. To find the due date, how will you find the due date? Due date formula is due date is equal bill of exchange plus 3 days of grace. So you have to apply this formula and find the due date. Here we can find due date. What is the period of bill? Period of bill is of 2 months, and when the bill is received, it's received on January 1. So for 2 months we can you know how to find due date? From January 1 to Feb 1 to Feb 1, this is 1 month. Then Feb 1 to March 1, this is 2 months, right? So March 1 is period of bill plus 3 days of grace. 3 days plus 3 days of grace. So now what will be from March 1 3 days plus करना है आपको, तो 2 3 and 4. So date will be March 4. This is the due date. So on the due date March 4, what happened? Busan's account debit to bills receivable. Account, the amount will be same, that is 50,000. What will be the narration? Narration will be being bill met and amount received. Okay, this is our general entry in the books of Ajay. Now we have to do general entry in the books of Busan. Okay, again you have to make the same format in the books of Busan. General entry, date, particulars, ledger, folio, debit and credit. So let's start. ठीक है, so date year is 2023 January 1. Busan is purchasing the goods, so purchases account debit 50,000. From whom he is purchasing? Who is the giver? Ajay is the giver, so to Ajay 50,000. What will be the narration? Narration will be being goods purchased on credit. Okay, what next? On the same date he is giving the bill to Ajay. So who is the receiver? Ajay is the receiver. Ajay is receiving the bill. Ajay debit 50,000 to what it's going. So why we are writing bill payable in credit side? It's because it's a liability, so it is credit, means we have to pay it, so it's a liability. What will be the narration? Being bill given. You can write narration at your own. Okay, what is the due date? We have find the due date. Due date is March 4. So on due date, what he has done, he paid the amount of the bill. So the entry will be bill payable account debit to, क्या जा रहा है उसके पास से कैश जा रहा, सो क्रेडिट व्हाट गोes out. Amount is 50,000. What will be the narration? Being bill met and amount paid. Okay, so this is our entry. You can see this. You can take